In a nutshell, it's about the dream of flying. And since we are in Singapore, it's also the kind of a tropical theme that comes together in a way in the form of tropical rain on one hand, which is an airborne element, but then it's really just the starting point.
It's like really making a movie, except it's not a movie. So we start up developing a concept. What's the idea behind the story that is shown?
What is happening right now through many technologies converging is that you can use the same sort of ways of thinking that you have been traditionally used to making screens and projections now to maneuver physical space.
Each module has exactly 608 raindrops. Each one of those droplets has a motor which has a high precision rotary encoder, which basically keeps track on which position the motor is right now. Basically the process goes like this. We have three-dimensional models and really animate them by hand in every aspect. But lots of this stuff is really programmed. And in the last step, we kind of take all those sequences and put them together, and using our custom written software to convert that into data that we can actually feed to the Kinetic sculpture.
If you look at Terminal 1 and ask Singaporeans what their memories of Terminal 1 are, they'll always remember the mylar cords in a check-in hall. When we wanted to upgrade Terminal 1, we wanted to recreate that experience for people, something exciting, something new, but memories to the past. So after a long search, we came up with the Kinetic sculpture, these fluid motion of the raindrops moving up and down, and also it creates that fond memory of flight.
You could see it as a universal display. It's like a pixel matrix, you're moving dots, but it's not. So you have this grid that has space in between them. It sits in physical space in the context, and you have this movement that in one moment is one continuous surface, for example, and then suddenly it becomes two overlapping sections. It becomes a volume. And then a few seconds later, it becomes like you see the individual points in space having their individual behavior, like multiple personalities that is shifting from one to the next to the next. I think this is the most exciting.
The last thing you think to find in an airport is a sculpture of this scale and such refinement, which we think symbolizes us. It's an experience that you'll remember. But also, there's more than 1,000 raindrops working in harmony. And we think that is also the airport. Many people coming together to help people on their journey.
bên này rồi đi.
Ủa, thằng thằng không?
Đi bên này đi không?
Thằng mắt của cái gì đó cũng là tận cái quay.
Đi đây rồi. Bay chăm chăm kia đi.
Cái sinh dụng đó cái sử dụng này
Lại lại kita apa?